What's up, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm also going to talk about some very interesting price actions developing. Please note that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link. Deposit $100 and you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Deposit $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15 in total. Not to mention an 8.1% APY on uninvested cash. Anyways, the market's absolutely berserk today. So what happened was we got the CPI report. The data was aligned with expectations, with some parts of it being better than expected. Okay. The market started pushing in the pre-market right over here. And as soon as we opened, we got this dump for about almost 2 hours. SPY dumped all the way down to about 540. And then what happened was we started to recover and recover. We made a full V-shaped recovery over the last couple of hours, and now SPY is starting to rally again. So we had this fake sell-off, which led to a massive rally, and SPY is continuing to look bullish. So it's absolutely insane how the market is just flip-flopping, how it's shifting just to trick people, and it's continuing to do its thing. So the question is, where do we go from here? Well, the answer is when you zoom out, okay? I'm going to tell you guys something very interesting. When you zoom out of SPY on the daily, we're actually trending higher. Notice that like we had this low down here at 539 on the daily. We came up, right, to 547. That's where the high was. Then yesterday we went up to about 549. Today we dipped a bit only to bounce back up, and now we're at 550. So we are trending upwards. The daily 20 EMA is at 550.72. That's our main resistance. If we break this, I think we could go flying for 553 very soon. So we're watching 550.72. We'll see if that breaks or not. As of right now, we remain more bullish, and the market's trying to recover. Now, whether or not this recovery leads to a bigger bounce depends on 550.72 as resistance and our support at 550. If 550 doesn't hold, we're looking at 547.5 as one of our support zones. And if that doesn't hold, then we could turn back down. Just always know your levels just to be safe. But as of right now, it's looking like it's attempting to make a V-shaped recovery. And there's a lot of buyers who start to step in who are trying to defend the market so far. Now, my warning for everyone about the markets is that tomorrow, just like CPI, we have the PPI report coming out. PPI is coming out an hour before the market opens, and this is known for causing high volatility. So we have big data tomorrow as well, not to mention initial jobless claims before the market opens. So PPI is like another version of CPI from the wholesale level. We'll see how that ends up affecting the markets. So for SPY, as long as we hold 550, we could attempt to go higher. And if we lose that, we could be dipping back down into like these lower levels. As right now, we're holding up, so we're looking pretty good. Forming this wick right here, this does favor like the upwards direction. So we'll see if that breaks. But overall, we're doing a good job. For Nvidia, we had a very similar trend. We dumped all the way down to 107, then we got bought back up. Now we're trying to push higher. We're going to be looking at this resistance at 515. If 515 breaks, we could be filling this gap all the way up to at least 119. So we're looking pretty good. If 115 breaks, we're looking for 119. So we look more bullish if Nvidia could hold above those key levels. We got to hold above at least 110 to make this possible. So we'll see how well Nvidia does. For Bitcoin, we look a little bit more bullish. If we break past 58,000, we're going to be looking for a bigger pump all the way up towards 59,292. If we end up projecting here, we're looking for support around this 57,000 area, but I think there's more upside potential looking at Bitcoin's daily time frame. So it's looking pretty good in my opinion. For ES, we look more bullish. If we hold above 55.07, we're looking for basically 55.33. And then if that breaks, we're going up to 55.50. If we reject, end up losing 55.07, we could be dipping back down. The daily looks a little bit more bullish on ES, so we could be looking for the mid 5500s. I see potential in this. For others out there, okay, going into Tesla. Tesla is still consolidating between these levels, right? So we have 222 as support and 225 as resistance. We haven't dumped to fill our gap all the way down at the lower level, but it's okay. We're still holding up this trend line very nicely. Now, one thing worth mentioning about Tesla is that when you go to the 4-hour time frame, this is looking a little promising. I think that we're forming a very large inverse head and shoulders, and there's no sign of us rejecting and kind of losing this quite yet. So is it possible for Tesla to dip a bit? It could dip again. We could come down to fill these gaps in the future. It's possible. But ultimately, we're going to get bought back up, and I think Tesla will eventually start running into like the 250s. We have another big gap to fill in the 240s. There's going to be a big rally coming to Tesla. Could we dip first? Sure, but then we're going to likely continue to push. So watch for that. For NQ, this is starting to rally. We dumped only to get bought back up. If we hold above 18,950, which is close to 19,000, we're looking for a pump all the way up to about 19,100. And if that breaks, we're going up to 19,250. For the QQQ, we also have a nice inverse head and shoulders like structure that's developing. If we hold above 462.45, we're looking for basically 466. If we lose the support, we'll be dipping back down towards 458. So this looks a little bit more bullish to me. I think we could be approaching our key EMAs. For Apple, Apple's just range bound right now. We have the support to watch for at this 218 area and resistance very, very close to about 222. But we're trying to push higher. We're trying. You guys can see the last couple of days we're trying to get up there. We're trying to get back up to 222.5. We'll see if that breaks or not. For the IWM, we're also kind of like range bound right over here. If we continue to push, we're looking for basically this 209.45 area. It's possible the IWM formed not only a bullish divergence, but it's trying to bottom here. So there might be a nice bounce coming to it. We actually held support nicely. And if we could get back above 209.5, we could be looking for a bigger pump. We'll see if we get back above that 209 to 210 area. For Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, Coinbase, we dipped. Now we're getting bought back up. So we're doing a good job. We need to break past 158 to turn back to bullish. Otherwise, we're still kind of trading sideways. Amazon dumped all the way down to like 175. So it dumped about 6-7 points. Then it got bought back up like it was nothing. So absolutely insane price action. Uh, as long as we close above 180, I think we favor upside. I think 182 is coming, and eventually we're going to be trying to make our way up to these highs. So Amazon looks more bullish now. Meta, we dumped. Now we're pumping back up. We got to try to get back above 512 to really start pushing. We're not there yet. We're still in our range. So Meta is still kind of stuck. For Microsoft, we're looking a little bit more bullish. If we could break this 420 resistance, then we're going to really start pumping. So now we're back to bullish. The market is once again getting bought back up nicely. For Google, as long as we hold above 150, we remain more bullish. We're going to be looking for 153. If we lose 150, we're going down to 140, but this favors upside. So the market is bouncing. It looks very, very strong right now. Made a nice move. SPY obviously has the resistance very close to about that 550.7 area on the daily 20 EMA. So we haven't broken it yet, but we're doing a good job at making a full recovery. And now, as long as we close where we currently are, as long as we hold these levels, we do favor upside. Tomorrow we have PPI coming out. So if you want to hold overnight, it is your choice. You never know what's going to happen. But just know that the market looks pretty strong approaching PPI. And we'll see how it goes from there. With that being said, I just want to thank you all so much for listening. Please have a great day. I'll see you guys very soon on another update in a couple of hours. Until then, have a great day and peace out.